This is Floral City. It's a place where you can relax and just be exactly who you are. There are no dress codes here. There's no status quos to stress you out. It's actually like stepping back into yesterday. Trees blowing in the breeze, the flowers on the porch boxes of the historic homes, and our come on in attitude and friendliness make this place of Floral City graceful, laid back, and beautiful. It's a hidden treasure of Florida's nature coast. Here in Floral City, we might be a small town, but we have old things to new things, barbecue to beauty, flowers to fishing, rails to trails, and fine arts to frog legs. We've got just a little bit of everything here in Floral City. It's our historic country culture. Hi friends, welcome back to Floral City, the real old Florida. Today we're going to be showing you Floral City from an even different perspective than we normally do. Today we're going to be seeing it from the Withlacoochee Rails to Trails. This is a 46-mile long hiking, biking, walking, equestrian trail that's on the side of the pavement here that runs the gamut between 3 counties from Citrus County, Pasco County, and Hernando County. Today we're going to show you a little 2-mile snippet of what you can see on this beautiful 46-mile long Withlacoochee State Trail. It is a national recreation trail, and it is also on the Florida Greenway trails. This trail was one of the very first that they ever changed from a railroad bed into a recreational trail and a greenway trail that we are able to use today. The first stop on our adventure today is going to be to meet a beautiful lady who is an artist here in Floral City, who is given so much to the community, and she's a really huge part of the heart of Floral City here. So come along with me and see what we're going to find today on the Withlacoochee Rails to Trails through Floral City, the real old Florida. Friends, I would like to introduce you to a wonderful lady who gives so much character through her art and her talent to our little town of Floral City. And we're going to show you some of that today. But I'd like to introduce you to Miss Rhonda Merrifield. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you, Shannon.
And this is just insane. I mean, the detail in this, you know, we had stopped here at another show, at one of our other shows, and looked at it. Wasn't quite finished yet,
right.
And we only got little pieces and a small idea. I didn't realize when I stopped here and you're up close, the detail and the things that you see in this mural. Everything here means something.
Right.
Everything in here means something. So I guess we need to start with, what in heaven's name possessed you to want to paint the end of a building here in Floral City?
Well, my husband had known Barbara Ramsey for a couple of years before I met her, actually, and would buy yellow roses for me from Barbara. And he said, you two really need to meet. She had wanted to have us just basically welcome to Floral City on the end of this building, because she said people coming from Brooksville had no idea where they were. Right. And that was her dream. So once she and I got together, it kind of became our dream. I said, oh, Barbara, I said, I'm not a sign painter. I said, we can do so much more with this. So, and this ended up being much more than what she and I had ever even planned. Barbara and I have a lot of parallels in our life. We both know what it is to lose, to what it is to suffer, and you keep on going on. And through faith, she and I became very, very close. We just bonded. So initially, when she talked to me about her family, her wonderful husband, who's represented in the kite, the wind beneath her wings, always made all of her dreams possible, and this building, her business was all because of him. The cardinals that are represented over here in the dogwood and in the hickory tree for her mother. Her mother loved cardinals, and after her mother died, the cardinal was waiting for Barbara outside the funeral home. And you just, you know, God sends us so many messages in so many ways. So as I painted this, and those were the only 2 characters that we knew were going to be here, was the kite and the cardinal. Mm-hmm. The dogwood tree, because of the ultimate gift. If you are not familiar with the legend of the dogwood tree, it's a beautiful legend, and represents God's and Christ's love for us. And it is a beautiful poem, which we're going to feature that whenever we do the dedication of the wall. But as I painted, and we thought it'd take me 3 months to do this. This is 8 feet by 24 feet. The stones were all added as an afterthought. That was never a part of the original design. But Barbara's father, who was her true foundation, was a stonemason.
That's beautiful.
So these are actually replicas of his work that he has done over in Derby Oaks. This column here with the Gustafsons, that was her maiden name. And he did the mosaics outside their family home. And so I took photographs of that and replicated his stonework and his mason work. Ramsey, her married name, of course, he did not do that, but I took the letters that I had that he'd already created and I made it the way I thought that he would have. So then all the other characters, there's actually about 41 hidden woodland characters in this wall. And as I painted, being so close to the bike trail, a lot of people stopped and wanted to see what I was doing.
Yes.
And wanted to talk about it.
Created a lot of conversation.
A lot of conversation. People felt compelled to share their stories. And in the sharing of their stories, I get very emotional talking about this, sorry. In the sharing of their stories, how they survived, how they overcame, how they gave up their sadness, and maybe they were still sad, and maybe something in this wall gave them an inner peace. I was astounded and never dreamed that this is what would come of this. So I told Barbara, I said, you know, you may have commissioned me to paint this wall. I said, this wall is neither my wall or yours anymore. I said, this wall belongs to Floral City.
This mural is going to be dedicated.
Yes, it is.
To Floral City. And it's going to be, I believe it's going to be January 16th. And you can go Facebook, call Barbara as anything and get all the information. And this isn't just a mural. We have many of those in Floral City. This one has a name, and you have called it The Gift, because it is a gift to Floral City. And I can already tell you it's been a gift to myself. It's going to be a gift to a lot of people. If I might, I've stood here many times and I've looked at all the different little things that you might not see unless you're right up close.
Right.
And this is something I never saw before until I just looked back here. So it even speaks to me. I have my own little part of this wall now too. So you just never, oh, look right there. You just can't possibly see it all. You have to stop and look at it and appreciate it. If you're coming by on the trail, feel free to stop by and look at it. If you're coming by on 41, there's plenty of parking. Feel free to stop and take some pictures. If you run into Rhonda, I'm sure she'll be more than happy to talk to you and tell you a little bit more and listen to the stories that you have to tell her. I know that she feels the same way as I do. And when people come up to me and they share their histories and their family histories and those stories, that is just so touching, and it's such an honor and a humbling experience to have other people trust you with their memories of their loved ones and their lives, and that's Floral City.
That's Floral City.
That's Floral
Exactly.
City. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay, friends, stay tuned. You're going to want to see what we get into on the way up the trail. Coming back after this.